Yeah, you want me to go over that, Stan? Is there anything else you guys want to hit on before we'll go like 10, 15 more minutes here? So Gio's asking, Stan, we can go over Euro Kiwi. Gio's asking about Dragon and Cable with the 15 minutes already at the bottom of the cycle. Should we not be looking at there? So Gio, good question. So on Cable, Cable and Dragon. So when we're day trading, right? And you're Stan, I'll come back to that Euro Kiwi in a second. Um, since he's asking me about the day trade stuff, it's a little bit faster moving. So sometimes you're going to get the 15-minute cycle gets low, right? So remember, it's not just about the cycle. You got to put the trend and the cycle together, right? So when you get to the end of your trade and you get your 15-minute cycle that's low, you know, we sold into this bounce, right? Pretty much sold the high right before I got on, but then we got on and said you can sell more and sell the 1 minute bounce, which we did. But then as that 15-minute gets low, you know the cycle's low. That's a reason to take profits, right? You should be coming out of most of your trade when you're low within the cycle, just like you want to be starting your trade when you're high within the cycle. But then you should also be taking in consideration taking some profits because you're at support, which we did when we were down here, and then we had that little bounce, right? But you still have a downtrend, so you don't need to get flat because the cycle's low. And I actually want you guys letting the market take you out. So does everybody know what I mean by that when I say let the market take you out? Because if you're just getting out when the 15-minute cycle is low, and to your point, Gio, if you've got a 30-minute that's still coming down, of course you're going to have your 15-minute get low, turn up a lot of times, even though you still have a 30-minute that's coming down. That's just telling you that there might be even more to this trade. So you want to cover some with the 15-minute, but then move to your trailing methods, right? And trail this out, because if we break this low, I mean, you might have a move the rest of the day back to these levels. You know, that's a 70 pip move, 80 pip move for day trade. That's a nice 30-minute cycle. That's a big winner for a day trade. So you don't want to get in the habit of you deciding when to end your trade. You let the market decide. Let the cycle take you out on most, and then let the trend take you out on the last piece. Does that make sense? So I still short. And then if you have a core short, sometimes it's different. You know, if you got to walk away from your computer, you don't want to day trade through lunch, then I let the core short take over. But I mean, I got plenty of short on, so that if this breaks this low, we're going to take advantage of it. Yeah. Did I explain that, Jordy? Letting the market take you out. Is everybody clear on that? This guys, I'm telling you, in crypto, I've worked with a couple traders on that, because especially in crypto, the market goes at 50%, 70% run, 100%, the trader exits their trade. If you let the market take you out and use your trailing stop methods, you let those last several lots run, and that's how you get you know, the 5 baggers or the 10 baggers even, but you got to let that stuff run. And then on Euro QE, Stan, Jordy, you want me to go through that? Letting the market take you out is letting the stops your trailing stop take you out. So in other words, you're not making the decision that, oh, this trade's over. The price action determines when the trade is over. So the market's determining when the trade's over. So you let the market take you out so you can move your stops to, let's just use cable here. If you're the best stop to capture the whole move is the pivot stop. So here's the 5 minute, your TMS is right there. If originally your stop was up here when we were shorting into this move, then once we get a sell set up like this, if you added and got heavy, you could move your stop above the high on the heavy piece, and you could keep the directional stop like up here. But if you get heavy there, and then, profit taking rules, there's actually a BCI, but here we have new lows that we were taking profit on because you got pretty good angle and distance. This was moving into support, took profit there, got a bounce. We could have reshorted, but whatever. Now we're back on the same support, right? So that's using your profit take rules. And then you're you could be moving to a trailing stop at the TMS. You could be using a bar by bar, meaning that until if you're trying to keep a trade for the rest of the afternoon, a 5 minute bar by bar is too tight. Because you can see that, right now we're taking out the prior candle bar. But if you did it on the 15 minute, one of your methods is bar by bar. So as long as you're below the prior candle's high type of thing, you could use the 8. I don't like the moving average because it tends to get dinged out a lot, but that's just kind of a simple one to do. If you have a really big real money candle, you could use the 50% retrace of the exhaustion bar as your trailing method. So you go back and review the videos, and all your trailing methods are there. But you want to stay in those last few lots until the market violates that, and then you close the trade. And then, so Stan, you're asking on the 4 hour Kiwi. My process there was just, I like to look at Euro Kiwi on the short side for a couple reasons. One, because I'm really bearish the Euro longer term, but it has a great carry. So if you're borrowing Euros, which is a negative rates, or I forget what the bank rate is, pretty low. Swissie's negative. Euro's really low. The New Zealand dollar bank rate's higher. So you're selling Euros and you're long Kiwi. You're getting that swap, right, at the end of the night. And then the weekly is actually in an uptrend, but we're pretty high within the range. So I was just noticing that the daily is finally kind of breaking down. It was in this uptrend, and then now it broke the bands. It broke that low. See how the bands are trying to roll over, the 30s trying to curl. So I'm kind of anticipating this on Euro Kiwi. This trade would really play out if the Euro breaks 121. That's yet to be seen. But then look where you are. You're at the bands. You're right near the 30. So this is from a core perspective, right? That's what you're asking me about. The 4 hour. I mean, look at this downtrend that's starting now, right? You were kind of sideways, which you can see with the 200 and pi were kind of, the price was going back up below, back above, back below. But now you broke the bands on the 4 hour here. You broke the TMS, right? And look at all that red right there. Those real money candles, right? Boom. So this isn't a new downtrend. And we want to make sales at or near the bands, right? You got a topping tail. Whoops. You got a topping tail right into that location. The cycle is high, 4 hours crossing again. So yeah, that's why I'm playing a course short. Just started that this morning. And you can go in here and get busy on the day trade stuff too. 15-minute cycle, just turn back down. You're right at pi here in near term. You can see if that breaks. Makes sense? Okay. Hey, Christine. All right, cool. All right, guys, let's just recap what we did. Nice trading this morning. What's up, Santiago? Yeah. So, guys, don't forget to be journaling in your paper journal. Be journaling on the charts. Send them to me so I can see how we're doing. And then review your trades like we're doing right now. It's key to just cementing in your mind the process. And so we came in again. I remember there was a time when I would earlier in my career, and you get to the office and trying to figure out what trades to take and doing a bunch of research or reading a bunch of crap and trying to figure out what the hell to do. But it's so much simpler when you come in and all you got to do is figure out the trend in the cycle. There's really no thinking. There's no second guessing. There's no getting emotional about, I don't know. I've been having a bad streak lately on whatever pair. And I don't know. I don't like it. I'm going to try something else. You don't have to do a whole lot of thinking. You just come in. We say the 30-minute cycle was rising, but getting back to levels where you're back at the bands or at the 30. We already had a pretty big move down. It's a little bit easier to see on the 15-minute on cable, right? Occasionally it's good to know where you are in the big picture, right? This is a good chance that maybe we top out up here. So that's something just to keep in the back of your mind. Doesn't mean you make all your day trade decisions off of that, but that's obviously inner thinking because we're playing a core. But then when we think just day trade, the 15-minute and the 30-minute, we have this nice wall. And then we know about halfway, sure enough, exactly where the market failed. Time it up with the 15-minute cycle. You can use your anticipatory method where you fade into it, and then you can use a 5-minute, get more aggressive once the cycle turns. I mean, this is just a textbook trade. 5-minute, right? Swing line. Does everybody see the swing line here? So this is selling. This is what I mean. When you're new to the model, you stick to the setups, right? Swing line, setup, real money candle, boom. You're entering on the right-hand side of the cycle. As you get more comfortable with your size, you can fade the left-hand side of the cycle, but you got to learn to work your size right. You can't start shorting here. You can't see this downtrend and start shorting heavy here because your cycle is way too low. You're going to end up you'll be in way too big of a position that if this has a bigger retrace, you're going to end up having to stop right near the highs. But it's just harder to work an average cost from low within the cycle. So you can sell, but you got to really keep your size closer to the top of the cycle. So I ended up selling right into the high of that move. And then we came in, sold more here, right? Go to the 1-minute. There you are, failing at pi. Pretty, this was a profit take bar right here, right? So somebody asked the other day, I think, or Alex in our meeting, it was like, hey, when, that's a real money candle that, yeah, I guess if you sold up here like we did, you could start your trade on that real money candle because it still produced a lot of this. But I just like to see that not quite this low after a drop from here. I mean, I was in up here, so it doesn't make sense for me to have to sell that candle. But anyway, that was a good place to take profit. It's a new low too, right? Relative to here. So we want to kind of be taking profits on new lows. This was a better place to add, which we did, and then cover new lows. Could have added here. I think this was after the 15-minute cycle turned up though. So, I mean, guys, when you get the 15-minute turn up, you can still keep shorting because it's in the trend. You just need to be aware that the cycle turned up. So you don't want to be getting aggressive when the cycle's low. Sometimes that'll keep you out of trouble too. That it's still in the context of the downturn. And so you would want to sell it, but if the cycle's low, you got to back your size off because more times than not, you're going to get another move up. Anyway, so then there's lots of good adding and reducing on here. We did the same thing here on Dragon. Oh, this is cable I still have up. Same thing on Dragon this morning. Where we're a big picture kind of high within the range. But that shouldn't really matter day trade. We're just aware of it because we are core short, some of us. And so again, here's your wall. Right? This one rallied a little bit further than halfway, but it kept you in the right location. 30-minute cycle. Well, that's the 15-minute. 15-minute was high, and then you had a nice little day trade move down, covered into these lows. That was a good trade too. You had a couple little add and reduces along the way in the 1 minute. Cover, add, cover. I guess you could reshort a little bit here. This 15-minute, I think, is coming up. Yeah, so 15 minutes coming up. You're coming into lunch. I'm not going to day trade add any more to this, guys. I'm just going to, like I said earlier, stay with the core. But, so pretty good trading. Pretty good trading. Did you guys all make money? All right, Christine, you're welcome. All right, Stan, we'll catch you later, man. All right, I don't think YouTube can see the Zoom webinar chat for some reason. But you guys all made money on cable and Dragon. Gary, I'm sure you did good. Christine, sounds like you did. Gio, Jordy, Felix, Stan, Christine, yes on both. All right, nice. All right, guys, good stuff. Well, keep sending me your day trades. Let's do some more work Thursday on some of your guys' trades for tomorrow. And anything else during the week? I know a couple of you sent me stuff over the weekend, so we can look at that. You guys are doing good. And then I want to start, keep sending me your results. I mean, like Dan's had some big days last month. So I like to see that stuff. We can show people you guys taking down $8,000, 10, 20 grand in a month. There's probably, I've never come across a day trading group that is as consistent as ours. Most of these groups, guys, they have chat rooms and they sit there and they talk about news. They're afraid to call it trades. We just come in here and execute day in, day out. I mean, we didn't have to go through the whole market. We just looked at cable, looked at dragon. They said cycles this, trends this. We all get in, all make money. Just stick into the process. That's right, Gio. You guys, I mean, that's good. I know, don't. I'm just saying that the potential is there, and I like to see the guys put up the comma days and the P&Ls with the commas in them. But it's more about the consistency. So I remember, Dave trades full time. He has some big days, and he's a big trader. But when he first started the model, he just traded with like I think 1,000 lots or very small. But I still have his P&L that he sent me. He had like one losing trade out of like something stupid, like 52 trades. So the consistency is what matters. We can always add the zeros. Oh, YouTube guys, what's up, Ryan? Thoughts on BTC now, or is that 4-hour reset? No, 4-hour still bullish for sure. I'll just show you in futures since I got it up. Or I've got my thinkorswim up, but futures. We were talking in our group this morning. You see this real money candle on the hourly? It's like a big fat log cabin leg to a table or something. It's just, I mean, it's supporting the whole market. This leg right here. So the fact that we haven't even traded, price hasn't even gotten below the close of that 4-hour candle is still very much intact. I think that real money candle is probably marking the double bottom for the overall market around 6,000. So still very bullish. I think you're going to see follow through. And even if we pull back from here, that's an opportunity to add. So we added on the hourly yesterday. I guess I'll flip over real quick. UDAX. Can you see the screen? I gotta flip the share. No, I shared it. This is hourly. We pretty much nailed the low yesterday. I was trying to get some of my guys that got twisted up offside short and telling them they got to get stuff back yesterday. That might have been their last chance. I don't know. So I'll take some off. What I added yesterday I'll take that off, and if we push in front of 8,400 again, and then, but I'm going to buy even more if we get back towards the 200, towards pi. Any retracement of this real money move, guys, that's just a gift. That's just the buy zone. So that's like getting thrown a pitch right down the strike zone. The 4-hour gives you a pretty good look at it. It's down around, even have this 200 that's scooping here, 7,600. I don't know if we're going to see it, but I'll be a buyer on any of those dips. The cycle is low on the 4-hour now. Oh, all right. Thanks, Ryan. All right, guys, I'm going to hop. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Good session today. We'll be back at it Thursday. And I'll chat with some of you guys in the room.